Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Parts and Carts back again with you. And today we're doing a little something different. As you can see, my buddy Logan is in here today. So we're going on a little bit of a solo mission. But anyways, back to the story. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We're working on a buddy of mine's SSR pit bike. And today what we're going to be doing is we got some packages here. We got a bunch of goodies in here. We got some grips, an air filter, some smoke skins, gear lever, and in this box, this is the big one, got some plastics. So what we're going to be doing first is putting on these here plastics. To take off your plastics on your pit bike, there's 2 bolts in the rear and 2 bolts in the front to hold on the front 2 plastics. So first we're going to take off the front 2 plastics, like this. These 2 bolts here, screws. There's one. And there's another one over here. As you can see, we got the lovely weather, rain. Always happens whenever we're trying to make a film. So as you can see, the front plastics are disassembled. Now, as I will show you, in the back here, there's 2 bolts up. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we had a little bit of a malfunction there in the battery department. But as you can see, there's 2 bolts right there you have to take off to get the back half of the plastics off. So that's what we're going to be doing here now. Set you up here, show you how it's done. Okay, so you take a 8mm socket and ratchet. I'm using a screwdriver with the stock on it, because these bolts shouldn't be that tight. So here's one out, pretty much. There's one. Now whenever you do this and you disassemble this, it'll be all one piece, the seat, plastics, and all. From there you'll have to disassemble it from the seat. Now my buddy, he was deciding on buying a seat, but the seat was 20 bucks. He said he might get one later on down the road. But anyhow, here's the whole plastic. See, the seat's kind of torn. But anyways, as you can see now, under here there's a bunch of screws. Take them off and you replace them with your new plastics. So I'll get back to you once I take them off. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, all the bolts are out. As you can see, those 2 already came off. Now, to take these back off, you gotta slide through these notches, like so, and then these fall out, your side plates. So you repeat it with the other side. There's that one. Now the back fender. That one's off. Now as you can see, you just have your seat. Everything pretty much bolts to your seat in this application. Now, time for the new plastics here. I'm going to set you down, unbox these plastics for you. See how these new puppies look. Alright, here's the new plastic. Yeah, shiny new Fender. There's a back fender. 2 side plates. There's the front side plates. The other one. And the front number plate. So what we start with first is this back fender. First begin by taking off the plastics. Now you just slide on this back fender in that slot and line the holes up. Then you take your screws, screw them back in the slots. Pretty simple. And the 2 down here. Same with your sides. They slide in the slots there like the last ones. Slide them in the slots. And then you just bolt them right to those holes. Right there. And your front ones, there's front 2 holes, and then you bolt that side on the front of the gas tank. So I'm gonna throw these on the seat real quick, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, as you can see now, I got all the bolts in the new plastics, and now we can begin reinstalling the seat and the plastics into the bike. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, now we're going to reinstall the seat and the plastic. Once again, you're going to reinstall these 8mm bolts in the back end of your seat. Alright, anyhow, got them 2 8mm bolts in there. Take off this plastic. Oh yeah, look at them. Pearly white. Take them off the other side. And final one. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to reinstall them 2 Phillips bolts on the gas tank. I will do that and pick back up with you. Okay, as you can now see, I reinstalled them 2 bolts, but I failed to mention that there should be on your bike 2 bolts back there on each side, and your bike might possibly have them. But now we're going to move on to the front fender. To remove it, there's I believe, 3 8mm bolts. Yes, one right there, and one on the other side. I'm gonna take them out and I'll be back with you. And just like that, the front fender is off. There it is. There was 3 bolts, one right here, one right here, one right there, 2 short ones, 1 long one. And now we are going to install the new fender. Now some of you viewers might say, Casey, are them your old plastics? No, these are not my old plastics from my old pit bike, my SSR, but I did recommend these to my buddy to buy these. I'm very glad he did, because as you can tell, they're starting to look good already. My buddy failed to mention that he did not have a number plate on this bike already, so therefore we will not be installing that number plate over there because we do not have the bolts. So we will be installing this and then moving on to, what are you guys feeling? The spoke skins, the grips, or the air filter, or the gear lever? I think we will probably start with the air filter because that's the easiest. One flat screwdriver. You just loosen that hose clamp, pull the old one off, put the new one on. But back to this. You put the front fender on, put them 3 bolts back in, tear off the plastic. And just like that, the new fender's on, the 3 bolts are in. No time for the plastic to be taken off. There's that. Look at that. Beautiful. Alrighty. Now, next, that air filter there. I don't believe I have a straight screwdriver out here, so I'll have to grab one. But, like I said, it's that straight for that hose clamp. But you can take an 8mm and you can loosen it that way, like I'm doing. So you unloosen that, and this air filter should just come off pretty easily. So loosen that a little bit more. Now you twist out that, and it comes off just like that. Get the new one here. I don't know if you can see. Anyways, this one came with new fuel filters. I don't think we're going to be putting them on today because you have to cut the gas line. I don't feel like doing that. So we'll save them for a later date. But here's the new air filter here. Nice shiny red to go with the plastic. You just once again loosen this one. Oh, they think they're smart, eh? They made that hose clamp a different size. So I'm gonna have to run and go get a straight screwdriver. Okay, well we're back here. Our 10mm socket and our Allen keys. And we're gonna take the old one off here. It is a 10mm. We're gonna attach our 10mm. So finally I got the old one off. I had to completely remove the bolt that was holding it on. It was applying too much pressure for it to come out of the grooves. So we're going to reinstall that bolt and save it for later in case this new one breaks. Happens to ever break. Now we're going to unbox this new one here. As you can see, it's shiny and it does red. And it's the bendable one, so if you do lay down your bike will not break. And what you do to install it is you get your Allen keys and you loosen that bolt and you reinstall. Tie in with all this. And there's that installed. And now to the spoke skins. Now here's the spoke skins he's purchased. These are pretty self-explanatory, I do believe. You just slip them over your spokes. You find the place that's cut out and slip them over there. Spread them out a bit at the beginning. These are a little bit tricky, but once you get them halfway on, they're pretty easy. And you just kind of wiggle them on. Like that. And if need be, like mine are going to be a little bit too long, you cut them to length. But I'll get back to you once I'm done with all these specs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a quick update. I got the wheel spokes on. As you can see, they look pretty mint with the color. I mean, bike needs wash, but pretty mint. Now I'm gonna move on to, I think, the grips. I'm gonna see how hard they are to get off. If they're pretty hard, I'm gonna just move on to the back wheel. But I'll update you in a little bit. Alright, sorry there, we had a little lens error. But we're gonna put on these grips now. Take it back to you. Alright, this is just a quick update. Got the grips on. And it's still raining. Jesus. But now I'm going to move on to our last and final step, which is the back wheel. I'll get that done and pick it back up with it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. It's raining really bad, as you can tell. But finally got everything done. There's the back wheel. Plastics, grips, front wheel, the air filter, and the gear lever. Now, I think it's time to give her a good old start up.